What's going on, Blues? Welcome back to Life as an Evertonian. This is our pre-match review for the game against Nottingham Forest. This weekend, we're back at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. What type of Everton Blues are we going to see this weekend? Let's hope that we don't witness what we saw against Newcastle and also against Spurs. We need to see a level of performance that we saw against Fulham. But with that, Everton have become a very good away side. Back end of last season, going into this season, Moyes has got a really good record. Everton have got a very good record under David Moyes. Could we implement some of those away tactics? Could we give Forest a little bit more of the ball and catch them on the counter attack? We have to look at. I don't mean to throw Mikalenko under a bus here, and I want to bring this up because I mentioned it in my last piece of content when we beat Bournemouth away 1-0. Um, Obviously, assist is like a concern, or should I say, the types of chances that Everton are creating for our strikers, for the forward three, and obviously amongst themselves, interchanging those kind of like the service. But I feel a lot of service comes from those fullback areas. If we go back to the likes of Leighton Baines, a Pete Seamus Coleman, Leighton Baines' assists and goals were outstanding. They really, really were. And you look at like Mikalenko, and I'm not throwing Mikalenko under a bus here, I'm really not. I think that lad probably would be better, or you'll get the most out of Mikalenko if he played in a back three, the left hand side of the back three. He isn't a forward thinking fullback. He doesn't give Jack Grealish overlapping options. So Jack sometimes he'll drive and drive, then he'll just come back inside because he's not got that overlap. If he had that overlap, he could play the overlap and then come inside and cause a little bit more options and a little bit more impotence where Everton can create something more. But you look at Mikalenko's stats over the last three seasons, and obviously we've not had. Listen, Everton improve when Jimmy Gardner plays at right back. Seamus Coleman, an injury-plagued season so far this season. He's 37 years of age. Last season, he was dealt with injuries. He's come back from big injuries. But a Pete Seamus Coleman did the same. Not as good as Leighton, but did the same. Even the likes of Luca Digne, and what he does for Villa and what he did for us. So, yeah, you look at Miko's stats, 11 games this season, no goals, no assists. Last season, he got one goal, two assists. And the season before that, he had two goals, no assists. So there's no assists from that left back area. And listen, I know we're a month away from this transfer window. I know we brought in a left back in Azanu, but he's not had a sniff. He's obviously not ready. He's not been given the chance. Everton need to fill that void. It is a massive void. And I don't want to get rid of Miko. I don't, because he does a job defensively. But these types of games where you need to be taking it to teams, sometimes it's like it's difficult just being reliant on Xhaka and Jai. Sometimes they can have quiet games. And, this is the service as well that I'm talking about with Tieno Barry. There is balls into the box and he is winning headers, but he's not getting himself in striking positions. He isn't. But is this because of the fullback? And obviously you see Everton improve vastly with Jimmy Gardner. He can get forward. He knows when to push up the pitch. He knows when to overlap. He knows when to come inside a little bit. We see Miko coming inside a little bit, but we don't believe in the quality that he's got on the ball. And that is the problem. And I like Mikalenko, I do, for what he does. Again, I feel he would be much better in a three-man defence playing left-hand side. As he get older, he might become a centre half. I don't know. But again, I don't want to get rid of Mikalenko. I really don't. But I'm looking at options there where Everton we're getting on Tieno Barry. Some fans are. Some are saying he's not good enough. I think he is. I think it's going to come. I'm going to predict Tieno Barry is going to bag this weekend against Forest. I think it's brewing. It's coming. He had two chances the other night. Those chances need to be increased. He needs 4 or 5 chances. And Everton need to create more. I feel Keenan Dewsbury Hall As a 10, listen, he creates, he gets goals, but he offers more for Everton as an 8, up and down, box to box. But it's going to be a difficult one. We're having Tim Iraburum suspended. Um, some of the options, what you could do, you could integrate Tyler Diblin for this one. You could. You could put Njai as a 10, and then you could have Kieran Dewsbury Hall and Alcaraz. And somebody mentioned that on my channel, and obviously I thought of that, myself. But obviously then you could go with Dwight as a 10, and obviously not play Tyler Diblin where I want to see Tyler. I really do. I don't want to see just 5 minutes here and there. I think he got 15 minutes against. He came on against Newcastle with 15 minutes, but the game had gone. So, Moyes has got these decisions to make. We don't know what's happening with Michael Keane. Obviously, I think if Michael Keane is fit, Jake O'Brien probably goes back to right back, and then obviously you can play Jimmy Gardner, Kieran Dewsbury all in the middle there with Alcaraz as a 10. It's all about Michael Keane as well. So, we're going to get through it, Blues. I'm just obviously looking and I'm trying to defend. We're always obviously we're looking at Jack, aren't we? We're looking at Njai. We're looking at the three. Sometimes it comes from the fullbacks, and Everton vastly improve with Jimmy Gardner at right back. He looks like a right back. He looks like a good quality right back. He's quality everywhere he plays. So, I'm trying to showcase there that there is a problem in that left back area as an attacking sense. In Everton creating more chances, you only need to look at those stats of Leighton Baines and Luca Digne. You really do. You get a defensive minded left back. You get a Tony Hibbert who does what he does and he's hard to beat. He supports his centre halves. He's solid. That's what you're getting. So a lot of intervention, a lot of new things that Everton can look towards once we move forward. I've said in previous content, we are where we are. I feel we're on a roller coaster. Sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's not. But I want to see Everton be hard to beat. I want to see us how we were against Man United. I want to see us how we were the other night against Bournemouth. We didn't give them a sniff. That's what I want to see from Everton this week. You want to see a Fulham performance. This is going to be a tough game. Forest are a good side. Dyche will want to come and do a job over us. He really will. He'll be chomping at the bit to do it. Everton have got to be ready because they have got creative players. And we need to be at our best. Pickford needs to be at his best. And I want to see us tight, not conceding after 56 seconds, heads going down. It is unfortunate that we ain't got Timmy Iraburum for this. Obviously, Idrissa Gana Gueye, this is the last game that he misses before he gets the feature against Chelsea. Same with Ilman Ndiaye before they go to the AFCON Cup. But I would like to see Tyler come in. It's going to be an interesting lineup, what we see. We've got to trust in Moyes. I know, again, there's been fans who Moyes ain't cut out, Moyes is the right man. I'm saying it on here. He is the right man for where we are and what we need to achieve and how we need to see Everton building consistency. That'll only happen when stronger players come in, better quality players come in periods, bit by bit. So I'm staying positive, Blues. I've predicted the Tieno Barry is going to bag his first goal this weekend. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. It's been a tough watch with the Tottenham and Newcastle. Fulham was a really good watch. Most complete performance, I would say, over like the 90 minutes. Everton on top for 80, 85 minutes. And, there's options, even though this Everton squad is limited. I do personally hope once the January window is open. Obviously, I don't know the terms and etc. But I would well receive Harrison Armstrong coming back. I know he's had an injury. I don't know if he's coming back now, but I would take Harrison Armstrong back. I just would personally. So Blues, let me know your thoughts. Drop your comments. Appreciate your support. I try to get back in touch with every single one of you. Got a few messages to go through uh, today, but I do. I try to get in touch with every single one of you. Good, negative, whatever. How are you feeling? Just tell me how you're feeling. Tell the truth. I respect what you're saying. All of you. You know, and if you don't think Thierry Barry's good enough and you don't want David Moyes, you're allowed to think that. Of course you are. You know, and there's times where I'm scratching my bald head and going, "Boys, come on, you should be making those changes now. Like, come on, what you doing?" I used to feel that very aggressive towards Sean Dash. I remember how, the reason why I created this channel was for the game where we were 2-0 up against Bournemouth and we threw it away with about, oh, what were it, 12 minutes to go or something. Unbelievable. So, Blues, I'm going to leave this one there. Up the toffees, and I'll see you in the next one.